Assalamu alaikum. I am Shujat Ali from Medicos Lectures by Shujat, and today we have a topic named joints. A very interesting topic, and we are going to discuss its anatomy and physiology. So first of all, let us start that what actually the joint is. A joint is basically articulation between two bones. Articulation between two bones. For example, if I am considering it forearm, we have humerus and radius, and ulna. And the joint between radius and ulna is radio-ulnar joint. Now, joints plays two roles in our body. Its first role is in locomotion. It helps us in our movement. And second role that joint plays is in growth. Now, I am going to discuss the types of joints. We have basic two types of joints. First is cavitated and second is non-cavitated. Cavitated joints are also known as diarthrosis. They shows free movement and possesses a synovial fluid for their free movement. Further, they have menisci and incomplete or irregular fibrocartilage. Menisci are included in diarthrosis or cavitated type of joint. Then we have labrum, and in the last we have ligaments type of joint or ligaments. Now, coming back to the non-cavitated type of joint, we are called it as synarthrosis, and they show a negligible movement, or you can say that no movement. We have sutures in our skull that we are going to discuss in non-cavitated type of joint. And our first suture is serrate suture. And serrate suture is saw-like. Basically, we have three fingers, and this type of suture is serrate suture. And saw-like and sagittal suture is the example. Sagittal suture. Sagittal suture is basically midline between our temporal and frontal bone, and from behind occipital bone. It is a sagittal suture, just in the midline, saw-like suture is sagittal suture. And next is denticulate suture. In denticulate suture, we have a lambdoid suture. Lambdoid suture is basically posterior in skull, and between occipital and temporal or frontal, we have lambdoid suture. Just from above protuberance and occipital bone, we have lambdoid suture. In posterior side of skull. And our third type of sutures is plain sutures. Plain sutures are intermaxillary sutures between our maxillas. Now, I am going to talk about gomphosis. What's its role in joint? Gomphosis we also known as amphiarthrosis. They show a very little movement. And example of gomphosis is the joint between our teeth and socket. And second point is syndesmosis. Syndesmosis, basically it shows a negligible movement, just like a non-cavitative type of joint. And syndesmosis joint is between our leg, tibia and fibula, and a slight or no movement, tibia and fibula is the example. And third is cartilaginous joints. Cartilaginous joints, the joints entirely made up of cartilage. Just like a pubic symphysis, that is the example of cartilaginous type of joints. It's entirely made up of cartilage. Now, I am going to explain the types of joints on the basis of movement. Joints on basis of movement. At first, we have hinge joint. Hinge joint, it basically shows a one plane movement. Movement in a single plane. And in the example, we have an elbow joint. And here is a diagram, one plane movement in hinge joint. And our second type of joint on basis of movement is pivot joint or pivot joint. As its name shows, it rotates. Like in our neck, we have a pivot joints that rotate our head, and in the same way, we have a pivot joint in forearm that rotates it, and help in our rotation is pivot joint. And our third type of joint is ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint, they can allow movement freely, and hip joint is the example of ball and socket joint. Now, our fourth type is saddler type of joint. As its name shows, it came from saddle, the word cellar. Here is a diagram of saddler type of joint right here. And its example is trapezium and carpal bone joint is an example of saddler type of joint. And you can see its shape is just like a rider that is riding the horse, and he is used to sitting on a seat. Its shape is just like that. And our fifth type of joint is bicondylar joint. As its name shows, bi plus condyle mean two condyles. Now let's talk what actually the condyle is. Condyle is basically the protuberance from a bone, or any type of protuberance that is appearing in a bone is condyle. And the joint between those two protuberance is a bicondylar joint. Like we have atlas and axial bone, and the joint between atlantoaxial joint is a bicondylar joint. I have here a diagram of atlantoaxial joint to shows you. Here it is an example of bicondylar joint. Here is an atlas and axial, and the joint between atlas and axial bone is atlantoaxial. Now I am going to discuss the three types of movement that joints shows: biaxial, uniaxial, and multiaxial movement. First of all, let us talk what actually the keyword axial is. Axial is basically a movement that you are staying anchoring to your body and moving in the given plane, in the given space. It's axial. And those who are showing uni, they are moving in one plane. And the example is interphalangeal joints. And biaxial is a wrist joint, is an example of biaxial joint. This shows two types of movement. And in multiaxial, we have multiple types of movement. And shoulder joint is an example of multi-axial movement. They show several types of movement. And it's basically our video about joints in complete detail. Don't forget subscribing Medco's lectures by Shujal. Thank you so much.